Laynie and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, oh my goodness, welcome. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much. It really means the world to me that you would come back and hang out. I'm really looking forward to today's video. I hope you guys are too. Let me know how you're doing down below. I love hearing from you guys. Today we are going to be diving into a very large portion of my perfume collection. All of the good finds I have found at discount shops like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, what's the other one I'm forgetting? Ross, duh. So if you love a good deal, I do too, then make sure you stick around. And if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Join the fam. You will not regret it. I focus on fragrance content, beauty content, and lifestyle content, and I would love to have you be a part of my community here. So yeah, let's just dive on in. So I have 14 bottles in front of me. Yes, I have a problem. Okay, I do love perfume a little too much. And I also love me good deal. I love shopping at the discount stores like the ones I mentioned in the opening. There's just something about being like, I'm just gonna wander through and see if there's anything good, and then you find the good stuff, and before you know it, you've spent like 80 bucks. But anyways, that's besides the point. I don't know, I'm one of those people that, you know, of course I love watching the niche fragrance videos. Of course it sounds grand and luxurious to be like, I bought a $300 bottle of whatever. But being real here, I'm a normal person with a normal budget and I'm a mom. So I gotta find those good deals. So let's dive on in. I'm not going in any particular order. So one I picked up at, I believe it was Ross, I'm pretty sure it was Ross, is one that is much talked about here on the tube, and it is Aquolina Pink Sugar, and I will link all of these down below for you. I will try to find like the best deals I can online and link them in case you're curious and you don't have the stores near you. So there's a lot of talk of this smelling like cotton candy, and it is a note in here. But it is interesting how weather really affects fragrance. So depending on the weather, I can get more cotton candy or less, but I would say more times than not, I don't get a ton of cotton candy. If you hear all kinds of noise above me, my toddler is playing and she's quite loud. She loves to throw stuff right now, so sorry, not sorry, she's having a good time. It's sweet, it's very sugary sweet. I feel like the name is perfect. It's a sugar bomb. But to me, I almost get like a ambery, warm sugar. That's more than cotton candy. It's because it's not juvenile to me. A lot of people say, oh, this is too young. To me, this is not juvenile. Honestly, I feel like a woman of any age could wear this. And honestly, like on a preteen, I think it would be too grown up. That's what I get because, again, I get like a really warm, sugared amber vibe. The next one is one that I heard talked about so much on YouTube when I saw it at, again, I think it was Ross. The Ross here locally is terrible. They never have any selection, but the Ross when I was on vacation in Florida, oh my goodness, it had everything. I went a little crazy. A lot of people say this smells like Coco Mademoiselle mixed with La Vie Belle, and I get that vibe. It's definitely crowd-pleasingly sweet, but there's a bit of a sophisticated, mature, like, scent intertwined with that sweetness. It's not really your typical celebrity scent. It has 4.3 out of 5 stars with over 1,000 votes on Fragrantica, so it's definitely well loved. This one is definitely more mature. This one, to me, early 20s, you could definitely rock it. I mean, I believe rock whatever you want, but to me, this doesn't say girl in early 20s. To me, this is like, I'm 30, I'm heading into the office, but I'm still cute, you know, something like that. A more mature woman, like I feel like my grandmother who's 90 could rock this, but it's not going to be that like grandma scent or that typical old lady, I use in quotes, type scent, because my grandma's 90, about to be 90, not quite yet, but about to be 90 this summer, and sassy as all get out, and I think she would enjoy this. Like, this one could play to just about everybody. I just find it a little bit too mature for like early 20s. I don't think I would have reached for this when I was in my early 20s. One thing I really want to mention is how beautiful this bottle is. For finding it at a discount store, it feels weighted, it's glass, like the cap is light, but it looks like it would be like heavy and luxurious and expensive. This one just does not look cheap. When you set it with your perfume collection, like flip it around so you don't notice the label. But even if you notice the label, I don't know, something about this is just like, hello, I cost money. I was actually able to find 3 Ariana Grande scents at discount shops, and that made me really excited because I do think Ariana does perfume pretty darn well. I'm a big fan of Cloud. I actually bought that one from Walmart, but I found 3, so I'm gonna go through them at between Ross and TJ Maxx. The first one is Sweet Like Candy. I had never smelled it in person. It makes me crave summertime. To me, this is like the perfect summer scent. I'm ready, you guys. So ready for summer. We have top notes of blackberry, pear, and bergamot. I really love that combination because you really get a juiciness, and I think that's from the blackberry and the pear. And then you get this slight citrusy brightness from the bergamot. And then you start coming in with the whipped cream and marshmallow and black currant, vanilla. Like, this one is beautiful to me. There's just a little bit of tartness in here that I love, and black currant can do that. It reminds me a little bit of the tartness in Britney Spears' Midnight Fantasy. This one is so good. I think you could totally wear it all year, but in summertime like this is one I'm gonna be so excited to reach for. Next up we have Moonlight, and this one is not my favorite that I've ever tried from her, but I feel like it's one that's gonna grow on me. There's something unique about this one. It's just a little bit different. It's definitely crowd pleasing, as most celebrity scents are, but it's kind of unique. So in here we have like dark fruits like plum and black currant, but then we have peony, which I actually really do enjoy peony in fragrances. Then we have marshmallow. Who doesn't love a good marshmallow in a fragrance? Main accords in here are fruity, sweet, powdery, floral, vanilla, fresh, woody, and rose. I think the freshness is what makes this unique to me because it's sweet, but it's not sickly sweet. It's not like candy like the other one, or sweet like Cloud. That freshness really helps balance it. So if you like a little bit of sweet, but too sweet like makes your stomach turn or gives you a headache, I think this one would be a good one to look out for at the disco stores. I still feel like someone of basically any age could rock this, but that freshness helps it from being too playful. Like, this one could be day at the office or date night to me. Next up we have what I believe was her very first fragrance, Ari, after Ariana. I like the clear packaging on this one. I think it really dresses up the bottle, and even though this one is opalescent, like I don't love the opalescent effect. Looks really pretty because all of the different little cutouts there, it just catches the light almost like a jewel. I really do enjoy the clear bottle. This one is good, y'all. I like this one a lot. This one reminds me of Sweet Like Candy, but it's not as tart. It's a little bit more kind of like light, kind of maybe ozonic a little bit. I always want to say aromatic, but I know in the fragrance world, aromatic usually is a little bit more, seems like herbally, but to me, aromatic means just kind of makes this like soft scent bubble where it's almost like a translucent scent. It doesn't feel thick and syrupy. I do enjoy this one. I feel like the bottle really describes it well. This one would be really good for all year round in my opinion because the base notes on it give it that little bit more depth that works all year, but then those top notes keep it bright enough that you could rock this in spring, summer. I don't think it's going to be a powerhouse and project like crazy, but if you're snuggled up to your boo, it's one they're going to smell you and be like, you smell good. I'm finding I really like berries and pear in my fragrances, and then this has a little bit of grapefruit in there. I don't think I quite get grapefruit, but it gives it a little bit of that crispness that citrusy notes can bring to fragrance. Next up, since I mentioned citrus, we'll just dive on into this one. This is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, and I will not lie, I basically picked it up just because I saw it was Dolce & Gabbana, and I was like, oh, okay, for a discount price, oh, I'm interested. So this one is an Eau de Toilette, and this one is Summer in a Bottle. I actually haven't had a chance to wear this yet because I picked it up at the tail end of summer last year, and I'm excited to dive into it this summer. This one I think would be one you'd have to throw in your bag. I don't think it's going to be long lasting. It's an Eau de Toilette, so they're usually not, and it's all citrus to me. Like, that's what I get, just fresh, bright citrus, very lemony fresh. I think if you wore too much of this, like sprayed too much at once, it could almost go cleaner because it's so citrusy. So it's not like my go-to type of fragrance, but I think it serves at a time and a place. Like if I was going to go maybe play tennis with my dad and it's a hot day and I want something that's going to keep me a little bit fresh, but it's not going to be headache inducing or sickly sweet when I'm like trying to get a workout in, this would be one I would grab for. Or if I was gonna go lay on a really hot day at the beach, like I'm visiting my grandma in Florida and it's like so hot that I don't want to really smell like a fragrance, but I want to smell fresh, this would be one I would grab for. It's very sunny, it's very bright, it's very fresh. So this one is one I picked up because I saw someone talking about it on YouTube. It might have been Ksenia. I really like her channel. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like this seems like something she would talk about. Oh, Kathleen Lights. That's it. That was the first place I ever heard of it because I remember she said it was like an old time favorite that she loved. This is Gucci Rush and I saw it at, I'm pretty sure this was a Ross as well. I'm curious. If Kathleen loves it, I will probably love it. Love would be a stretch. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I will say in its defense, I haven't given this one a true wear because again, it's just not one that like grabs my attention. When you first spray it, it's kind of like, kind of different. But then like give it a couple seconds and then it starts to become a little bit more yummy. I'm really into a yummy vibe in my fragrances. This one is old. When did this come out? According to Fragrantica, this came out in 1999. It does give me a 90s vibe. It has a very plasticky smell. I definitely get a floral with just like a little hint of a sweet fruity note in there. But then it has patchouli, vanilla, and vetiver in the base, so that brings in some depth and kind of some oomph to it. A lot of people say this is like date night sexy, and I do get that. This would not be one I'd want to wear really during the day. It's one I'm just, before I trash it too much, it's one I feel like I really need to give a good wear. It makes me want to sneeze. Another one I don't ever find myself reaching for. This was totally an impulse buy from TJ Maxx. It just got me one day. I had seen it so many times when I was in there and I was like, okay, I'm kind of curious, like I'm gonna get it. I didn't see much about it online and the word cotton candy got me because yes, I am that girl that loves the scent of cotton candy, okay? But this doesn't smell like cotton candy. It's not even a note in here. Why? When it's called Sugar Pop Cotton Candy, like I thought I was gonna spray this and I was gonna smell like a legit bag of fresh made cotton candy. It doesn't smell horrible or anything. To me, it's quite fresh. It says it's a little aromatic, a little green, a little tropical, a little woody. Like, it's kind of got everything in the accords. To me, it's just very fresh. And this is another one I could throw in my bag and wear to, like, the gym. And it's not going to be sickly sweet or anything. A little bit fresh. I'm going to smell nice. It's not what I grabbed it for. Hi, if you're new here, I love finding Baccarat Rouge dupes. Honestly, with how many dupes I have, I probably could have just bought Baccarat Rouge. But in my head, having like 6 dupes is better than buying one bottle at $300 some, okay? That's just how my mind works. You do you, boo. All right, no judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone. People were saying it smells just like Baccarat, so you know I had to pick it up, and it doesn't smell just like it, but it's definitely similar enough that if you're looking for an affordable dupe, this one is not very potent. Like Baccarat to me is pretty potent, and this one in the air smells more like it than it does on paper. It really reminds me of it. I feel like either it's not very powerful or I go nose blind to it. I do find myself going nose blind to Baccarat, honestly. This one though has top notes of raspberry, so I think it's just like barely more juicy, but it does have the saffron, and I feel like the saffron is what really makes Baccarat like kind of unique and distinguishable. You have some florals in here, and then you have sugar and ambroxan and moss. I'm a big fan of things that have moss in them and sugar because I love sweet. And then you have the ambroxan in there, which if you've ever smelled Glossier You is in there, and it's really supposed to help like your fragrance last longer on you. I don't regret having this at all in my collection. I don't find myself reaching for it a ton. I have other Baccarat dupes that I enjoy more. I've done a whole video on them. I will link it down below. I am not a scent snob. I just like whatever smells good. So if it's a celebrity, it's a celebrity. So 2 I have here are by Rihanna. This one is Rebel Nude. And I do enjoy it, but I enjoy the next one so much more. This one, the accords are fruity, white floral, sweet, powdery, floral again, citrus, woody, tropical, fresh, musky. To me, this is very musky. It really is. It's fresh. It's got guava and pear and mandarin, vanilla orchid in the base, and musk. This is another one that I feel like would be a great like pop in your gym bag. You want to smell fresh. Really hot day, you're going to an outdoor event and you don't want anything that's gonna like bother the people around you. You don't want anything that's going to bother you because it's got just the right amount of sweetness, but it's light enough and fresh enough. It's really beautiful. I do enjoy it. So this one is not bold enough for me, but it is enjoyable. Big fan of this one. The bottle gets a lot of hate, but honestly, I don't mind it. I mean, the size of it's a little funny with the shape, but I don't mind it. I do really enjoy this. To me though, this is like not this season because right now it's spring. To me, this is winter. I keep it in my winter stash because it's got some bold and some power behind it. Honestly, if you love YSL Black Opium, I think you would like this one. There's something about it that really reminds me of it. In here you have peach, plum, red berries, coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, violet, patchouli, amber. I feel like the patchouli is pretty strong in here, and that might be what's reminding me of Black Opium, but I also feel like I get a coffee scent in here. It's got a rich thickness to it, like kind of syrupy. It's deep, it's dark, it's date night to me. It's sexy date night, and I really do enjoy it. I would repurchase this one. This next one, I cannot lie to you guys, I truly just bought it for the bottle. How fabulous is the bottle? Okay, like really? Is that not amazing? It's so cool, right? This is just one that looks really cool on display. Like, I wish I had a little table back here that I could like display fragrances on. This is one that would look super, I want to say dope. The 2000s called They Want Their Words Back. So this one is Nicki Minaj Annika. I really knew nothing about it when I purchased it, and this one smells like summertime in a bottle. The bottle is a little bit misleading because it seems like it would be kind of like a deep, dark, sexy fragrance. This one is like playful and bright, flirty. Definitely could do like daytime date, even summer date night, because there's a flirtiness in here. But I don't think the bottle matches up with the fragrance. But I do love the fragrance. Like, this to me is like the perfect summer fragrance. Again, it reminds me a lot of Ari in that sense. There's a crispness, a brightness, that pear and star fruit in the mandarin orange. Like that, it's just sweet and fruity, playful, juicy. Last up were two I had to pick up because I love Britney Spears perfume. I have since they came out. I had Courteous when it first came out, but Midnight Fantasy will always be my jam. I don't care if I'm too old for it. I will never be too old for it because I think it smells heaven sent. So I have here Fantasy and then Private Show. I actually wore this yesterday, so I will talk about it since it's fresh in my noggin. We have Sweet Latonic Coffee Vanilla. I think the bottle's really cute. Actually, I really like it. I like the shape of it. I like that it's clear. I like the pink cap. Like, I think it's adorable. I love it. It does smell so good, you guys. This is full-on winter fragrance for me. Cool weather fragrance because it's so creamy. It's so creamy, you guys. It honestly smells like coffee ice cream. You've let it sit out a little bit. It's like all soft, like soft serve. That's this. It's edible, you guys. It's delectable. Seriously. Whipped cream, coffee, nectarine, clementine, dulce de leche, hello, some white florals, amber musk. I totally get the coffee. I get the whipped cream. The nectarine kind of threw me off there. I guess just barely. It's like when you walk past the nectarine section at the produce, you didn't even go in and smelling like this, like you just walked past it. I definitely feel like I get the dulce de leche, because it makes it so yummy. I love this one. It is definitely lactonic. It's sweet. Wear what you want when you want, but to me, this is like cozy date night in cool weather. Then lastly, we have another Britney Spears. I do enjoy this one, but Midnight Fantasy will always be my number one. Nothing will surpass it. This one is sweet, fruity, tropical, fresh chocolate. So you have kiwi, lychee, quince, white chocolate, cupcake, orchid, jasmine, musk, orris root, woodsy notes. So definitely an interesting mix of notes in there. I definitely get the kiwi, you guys. I definitely get the kiwi. It's interesting. This one is very interesting because that top note, you really do get that kiwi and probably the quince. The lychee, I'm not so familiar with that, but I definitely get like a fruity, tropical, bright fruit at the top. Then it moves down to the cupcake and the white chocolate, but I feel like it never quite loses sight of those bright fruits. They just tame down. It's good, you guys. It's so good. Like, Britney, you know what you're doing when it comes to perfume. You are the OG at celebrity perfumes. We all know it. Praise, praise. I do enjoy this one. Like, I'm looking forward to wearing it because, again, to me, this is another spring, summer. Now, people on Fragrantica did vote pretty heavily towards winter, but you could wear it. But to me, this is like flirty, a little sassy, summertime fragrance that I'm loving. You guys, can you tell I'm getting so excited for summer? I'm like ready and itching to bust out my summer scents. I'm so ready. It's spring here, but we literally just got snow. Like, ugh, over it. I love that one, you guys. I seriously have so much fun going to the discount stores and blind buying. I know, like, people say don't blind buy, but I'm going to. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, I know what I like and I'm not picky enough that it's like I can make it work. And I feel like honestly with all of these here, I did really good at finding ones that I do enjoy. Like none of these I wouldn't wear. I don't hate any of them. Some are more my favorite than others. But yes, you guys, I had so much fun sharing that with you. Let me know if you enjoy this style of videos because I love making fragrance videos for you guys. It's definitely a new avenue for me and I really enjoy it, so I hope you do too. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and as always, please try to stay positive because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.